a way that doesn't find you in a position where you get gazumped by the technology in any event. You know, we saw what happened with wireless technology and all those people.
Well, obviously, you have no understanding of it all. It's got nothing to do with wireless. Absolutely nothing to do with wireless.
I didn't say wireless. We saw what happened.
You actually just said.
I just said we saw what happened with wireless technology when people were worried about copper.
Yeah, wireless is totally different in fibre. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know that. I'm talking about technological change and the rate of technological change versus rollout programs. Are you involved in it?
No, but I have a very big interest in it. I'm happy to have a chat with you.
Yeah, well, look, I've spoken to people that are already in the industry, and there's two things they tell me, and these are senior people in telecommunications, and not Telstra, not the vested interests, that it's unaffordable, and it's going to require huge government subsidy on the customer end. And people haven't looked at that. I mean, nobody's going to be paying $200, $250 a month for access. So that's going to mean the government's going to have to subsidise it. And what I see, leaving aside what's going on at the moment, another expenditure item for the government that really I can't see what's required on it. In terms of, you know, I live on a property, just to put this, that has an easement on it with a fibre optic cable that was laid down probably 10 years ago. It's just been sitting there. I live 3 kilometres from a exchange, and I can't get ADSL. I just, when I look at what needs to occur to roll this out, I have some real worries. And as what I was talking about with wireless is how technologies leap, new technologies come. Why is my fibre optic sitting in the middle of my property?
Because fibre optic, that's why I said to you respectfully, I don't understand it, because fibre optic clearly has glass to continue to multiply, where wireless has certain definitions.
Well, that's true, I know that, but what happened was there was a program to roll all this stuff out, and a new technology came around, and they stopped it.
Yeah, but the fibre doesn't do that. The fibre continues.
No, but only if you have the same existing set of technologies to deliver it. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. 10 years ago, who would have thought that I could carry around, you know, that?
Yeah.
Now, how long do you think it's going to take to roll this thing out?
That's beside the point.
No, but it is not beside the point, because it's technological redundancy is the issue here for me. You know, it's one thing to say let's allow the marketplace to deliver it. Some people have wireless, some people have optics where the economics work out. There are cheaper solutions for filling in me. I'm on 3G now. I can't get ADSL, but because of 3G, I've got access to all of this stuff. I just worry about governments running big capital programs over long periods of time. And I understand that fibre optics is a technology that allows massive capacity. I don't have any problem with that, but I ask you the question, who needs that capacity? Who needs, what is it, 25 million mega, who needs it? Eh? Who needs it? Who needs it? Do you think the average Australian needs it?
But you talk about reform in health and other areas. As I said, I'm happy to talk to you after.
No, I'm happy with the argument. Do you think the average Australian needs it? Yes, but the technology can be used in health and education now if they had the willingness to put the funds.
Not with 10% of the population connected.
No, but you're not connecting the people. You're connecting the hospitals. You're connecting the medical providers.
Yeah, and you're talking about preventive health care.
That's right. And who am I connecting?
Technology to do that.
You can do that now. You can do it now.
I think to be fair,
You can do it now.
I think to be fair, you're actually talking about two separate things.
That's right.
And you are talking about two separate things. The only difference would be is that where 20 years of government, both sides, left and right, have actually got no understanding of telecommunications and technology. But they had chances to have reform, they haven't done that.
Well, they got the original model wrong, but I don't think, I've never seen a strategy that, you see, one of the dangers, and this is the first lesson in managing technology, is to get locked into a technological platform at the expense of the strategy. What I want to know is, what precisely do you want to achieve from this, and what are the technologies that can do that? To just say to me, I'm going to do this, it's cargo cult stuff. You know, I'm going to do this and everything's going to come to me because I've done it. I don't know, I'm not sure that that's the way these things work. How many, take small examples, how many people have put computer systems in, or mainframe computers, and that have actually then distorted the actual business strategy of the organisation? I don't understand why the government's doing this. Now, you say about the gaps, there are gaps, but those gaps are not going to be resolved for most Australians in any meaningful time. It's going to take a long time. I thought it was 5 years in Tasmania for the rollout, isn't it?
Well, it could be 4 years.
4 years? Well, how long is it going to take for the rest of Australia?
Still better than 30%, 90%.
Well, it depends on what you want. I mean, if people want to access information technology for schools, you can do that quickly. If you want to access it for hospitals, you can do that on different platforms. I just don't know what you're doing. You know, it'll take you, like Tasmania, or 500. How many square kilometres?
200,000 houses.
200,000 houses. Well, start looking at the rest of regional Australia and start to look at how long it's going to take to roll out. But that aside, I always have scepticism about governments delivering these projects in a meaningful way. Is the technology fantastic? Yep, fantastic technology. And if we could all do that, we could sit there and do all wonderful things. We haven't even thought of the things we can do. That worries me when people say that. I'm going to spend $40–50 billion. I knew you'd say that. And we haven't even, I haven't even thought of the things I'm going to do with it. Now, what's driving things now? The technology or a sensible cost-benefit outcome on the other end? Don't know.
You're talking about two different things, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm talking about two different things, and so are you. You can do the hospital stuff, you can do all the stuff that I'm talking about for reforming the public sector with existing technologies. What is missing is the funding and the will to do that. Broadband, you know, that's the sort of vision for the future. I'm still waiting for the paperless office, by the way.
That's true.
I am waiting for it, you know.
Well, I'm disappointed that it took until the end of the night until we started to replicate the heckling from the New South Wales Labor Party conference. But Mike was very used to handling heckling on his feet, and he did a good job. And I think, I think we had a very stimulating question and answer session there, so everyone got what they wanted in. He covered a very broad range of topics, but the key one there is going forward, particularly for Tasmania, is how we manage the budget. That section of spending that Milton Friedman was talking about, other people spending other people's money, and that's where the real discipline lacks. And that's the job that the Chamber's tried to really focus in on, that debate for Tasmania going forward. The Henry Review doesn't look at expenditure. The TCCI review did look at taxation and, importantly, did look at expenditure. It realised that currently the Tasmanian government is living beyond its means. There is no question about that. The question is, and the solutions are there too, the question is having the leadership and the community willpower and in business to actually confront those challenges and take the tough choices we have to do that. And Michael's given us one road forward of many, but it is certainly one from experience. Michael has admittedly mixed success in that result in public, but he has a lot of wisdom that he can engender on that. And I think we all look forward to inviting Michael back when he releases his book, Fat, Ugly and Stupid. Thank you very much. I think that's the value doing it.